Is there a role that like you missed out on or like that you really wanted to get in your career that you think about sometimes? I'm really curious to know, like, what movie could we have possibly gotten Jenna Ortega in?
I've always taken it rejection really well. Like I never
Yeah,
really questioned it. I didn't want to get in my head about that sort of thing, and what's meant to be mine will come to me, or I'll find somehow. And that was another thing that as a kid, like it was just I've always been that way.
yeah,
It's hard to kind of get in my head, I guess you could say, or external pressure.
right.
But a role, yeah, some things I would just think, okay, well, whatever suits the project best, like whatever suits the movie best. But I do remember I didn't understand it. I was so young when it came in, but I think I auditioned for Hereditary,
Okay.
which obviously wouldn't have made any sense for, and especially like my disposition as a kid. So I understood, and I didn't know what I was looking at, and they gave us barely any sides. It was
Right.
like 2 pages of just ominous words that,
Right.
as a 12-year-old, kind of went over the head. But I remember seeing it, looking at it, and thinking, I feel like this is an important movie. And then it was, and then it came out, and then we went to the theater, and I sat up in my chair, and I looked at my mom, and I said, this is the one that I said was going to be, oh, we didn't even realize that we were seeing, but incredible movie. And yeah, it's funny to think that I went in for that, because again, I just didn't make any sense for it.
I feel like I've had a few moments like that, and I've been really bitter.
Like what?
There was one I actually talked about it on Twitter a while ago, and I talked to Daniel about it. But Get Out, I auditioned for Get Out,
Oh,
and like I really like that was like one of those situations where I
Yeah.
read the script and I knew it was about to go. Like I was like, this was gonna go, right?
Yeah.
So I really wanted it, and I did the audition in front of Jordan, and he was showing me so much love and said I did great. And when I didn't get it, I was so bitter. You know what I mean? And I didn't know who they had casted. I just know that they didn't go with me, But then I finally saw the movie and I was like, Daniel was the best option. I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When a role is for you, it's for you. When you don't get it, it wasn't meant for you,
He's so good.
And he killed it. You know what I mean? Like Daniel was a master at his craft, you know what I mean? So it's like, and that's how I became a fan of his, through that movie. And we became homies, and that's my guy now,
Yeah.
So like, I've definitely had those moments, but then I've had moments where like maybe my agents pressured me to do something, and I don't really like. I'm just like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna get this. Like, in my head, I already know that it's not looking good, but
Yeah.
they're like, no, trust me. Like, they want to see you. They're excited about seeing you, and I'll do the audition, and I don't get the role, and then I see the movie, and it's shit. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God I didn't get that role. That's happened a couple times too. I'm like, oh man, that could have been a disaster. I dodged a bullet with that one,
Yeah, no, I'm pretty specific now. I don't think I've ever turned in something that I know I'm not what they're looking for. I know I don't want to do it. Maybe I just don't respond to the email on time, or I don't.
I'm just gonna ignore y'all motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, and just not say anything about this.
No, I've gotten better about that. But yeah, no, it's not. I'm glad that you've had redemption.
Yeah,
Like these
exactly.
redeeming moments.
Exactly. What would you say is or was the most challenging role you ever had?
When I was a teenager, I did this movie called The Fallout, which is about a girl. It's like day in the life, and a school shooting happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then the movie is kind of following the aftermath and her dealing with PTSD. And I remember being really focused on that one, and just very ambitious. I was 16 or 17, and it was my first time leading a movie. It was a first time director. The pandemic had started, and pretty sure it was the first thing I shot in the pandemic, so there was all of these factors. I hadn't really gotten to do a drama before, and the character herself is really weird, and like, I don't know. She's cool. I like her a lot, but just makes weird noises and likes to dance and likes to be loud. And I hadn't really done anything like that before. And it was interesting trying to find the balance of, okay, well, where can I play beats of comedy and try to lighten up the story without taking away from the gravity of what we're dealing with?
Right.
And that one, I just remember we were supposed to start shooting, pandemic hit. We shot way later, so I had extra time to prepare and extra time to kind of live in that world. And that's one of the main characters where I thought, oh, I really have to do justice to this because it's a topical subject, and it's obviously it's still a problem to this day.
Yeah.
So I didn't want it to feel like a parody or exploitative, or so that one was difficult. And it's funny because I've actually never seen the full movie.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen clips from it and stuff online.
You don't watch your shit, do you?
I recently started to.
Okay.
This is like a new, not everything, but I'm trying to, because I know it's like an athlete, watch the game footage, get better. I know I have to, I can't be in my head about that sort of thing, and I've got to be able to look at things objectively. It's still really hard.
Do you find yourself looking at like playback when you're on set? I don't do that.
No, I've never looked at the monitor once.
Yeah,
I don't care what I look like.
Yeah.
I don't care what the angle is. I don't.
Yeah.
The most I'll do is I'll ask the director, frame.
Yeah.
Like, how wide is this? Just so I know.
But don't you feel like it's the reason we don't do it is because like if we look at our performance, then we get in our head about the performance.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like why I don't do it. It's like then I'll start nitpicking like, oh, I gotta move my head this way or do this, and I'd rather just like trust the director. If the director says we have it, then we have it. Because I know in my head I'll just look at some shit and I'll nitpick.
Yeah, I don't. I truly don't care.
Yeah.
When I shoot, I don't even remember what I'm doing anyway. So I don't need to be thinking about external things, and that's not my job. I'm the same. It's like almost like working with a coach or working with a, which I've never really done, but definitely I've been on like a set before where they had a coach around or whatever, and it just wasn't working for me because now I'm thinking about input that somebody else gave me that's not the director, and there's too much noise. I don't.
Right.
I want to keep it bare bones.
Was there ever a time on your journey where you doubted your path in acting?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know what else I was going to do. I've never really considered anything else, or so recently, just out of sake of curiosity and wanting another life experience. But when I was a teenager, I'd gotten off of a children's show and I didn't know what I was going to do. I had to prove myself and meet all these new casting directors who didn't know who I was, and it just felt like a good time to call it quits if I was going to. I was starting high school, and it was a good run sort of thing, and then we had talked about it for a few months, my team and whatever, and then I think I booked that show
Mm-hmm.
And then I went on that set and I loved it and had the best time, and then I thought, yeah, there's no way I could let this go.